Tank have to clap? Chlamydia? Were we supposed to hear that? Tank seemed a little bothered by that.
They good. They're professionals.
Yeah, short and sweet. Got straight to the point. Of course, I'm biased towards Rolly, and I'm Team Rolly, so Rolly is forever. So I'm going to say that Rolly won the press conference. And I believe everything Rolly says. That's why I'm going to put $5 down on him to stop Tank Davis in round 1. And if they take food stamps, I'm going to put down $10. But I guess if it's like $10 food stamps, they're going to want like 20 for like cash, right? Whatever. I'm really not betting nothing on Rolly.
Here we go, folks. This is two unbeaten fighters. Two unbeaten fighters. Rolly Romero, 14-0.
That's way too close. That's way too close.
6-0. It's for the WBA championship. It's a fight for respect. Saturday, May 28th, Barclays Center.
Break this up now, please. Somebody's going to get hurt.
There you go.
Thank you, Tom Browne and Booker T. Tank is all rattled. Rolly's in his head. Rolly has won. He's the king of mind games.
Good job.
I don't know, guys. There's some bad blood. I don't know, guys. The blood is bad. It might be a little bit too bad. So listen, the talk is that Tank Davis is he wants out of Mayweather Promotions. But does that mean he went out of PBC as well? I don't think so. Let's go look at this guy's resume, though. 14-0 with 12 KOs, 26 years old. Rolando Florencio Romero Moreno. Damn, that's Hispanic as hell. Rolando Florencio Romero Moreno. Rolly is forever, you know. Looking at his resume, Anthony, can you dig it? Yig it, knocked him out. Avery Sparrow, troubled fighter, knocked him out. The Jackson Marinez, well, he lost that fight in a lot of people's minds. And when it came to the rematch, Jackson Marinez didn't want it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is his resume. Tank Davis, he first really stepped on the scene with a big win over Jose Pedraza. The Liam Walsh was credible because he's still around. Francisco Fonseca, okay. The Cuellar fight was a very credible fight. That was a big step up for him. Yorkes Gamboa, it was just like, okay, all right. Leo Santa Cruz on pay-per-view. Nice solid fight until Leo Santa Cruz threw the same punch 3 times. Got his ass knocked out. Mario Barrios, he stepped up to 140 to fight for that bullshit WB world belt. And he was losing that fight. And then came back, chased down Mario Barrios, knocked him out. Mario Barrios since went on to get beat up by Keith Thurman. The Isaac Cruz fight, I believe that he won that fight. It was a tough fight for him, was a late replacement, but yet at the end of the day, he beat Isaac Cruz. And then now he's fighting Rolly Romero. And I don't want to see, let me tell you something. To be honest, I like Isaac Cruz, but I don't want to see Tank Davis versus Isaac Cruz again. I believe that if he stays with PBC or Mayweather Promotions, that's going to probably be the fight that they're going to try to offer him. Because if you look at it, let's go find some fights for him. Let's see if he does stay with Mayweather Promotions, PBC. He's done at 130. What other fights can he fight after Rolly Romero in the PBC stable that fans will be like, yo, I want to see that? Now, we can't talk about Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is over on Golden Boy in the Zone. We can't talk about Ryan Garcia.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Mike 818 Mike has just donated $5. You sicken me. In sold on Lara versus O'Sullivan.
I gotta turn that up. He says, Mike says, I'm sold on Lara O'Sullivan alone. Let's go. Hyped. Bet the house. There you go. It's a great undercard for $74.99. I'm bullshitting you. But yeah, you're getting, if you don't know the card, before we get back to the rankings, here's the undercards. Thank you for the super chat too, Mike. You know, you got Tank Davis versus Rolly Romero. Iris Lindy Lar versus Gary Spikel Sullivan. Travel all the way here from Ireland. You got Jesus Ramos versus Luke Santamaria and Eduardo Ramirez versus Luis Melendez at $74.99. Awesome pay-per-view. Well, your opinion, Lou Duva, okay? You know, God rest your soul. Your opinion, you know? But no, I had Tank Davis winning that fight. But if you look at fights within the stable, okay, so the winner of this is going to be the mandatory for Kambosos Haney, but not the first mandatory. If you don't know, Haney Kambosos have a 2-fight deal. So they're tied up for 2022. And then the next mandatory after that is likely going to be Lomachenko. So say, for example, Haney, Kambosos fight next week, June the 4th. Then the next fight somewhere in November, December. Then when they return next April or May, whoever wins between these two fights, they're going to fight Lomachenko. So the mandatory for Tank Davis and Rolly Romero winner are not going to get their shot until sometime summer, fall next year. So in the meantime, Tank's got to stay busy. And as you can see, if they keep him on Mayweather Promotions and PBC, they're going to try to keep him pay-per-view. You know, so when you look, it's like, who is it going to be on, you know, where it's a fight that can be made? And we can't trust that Golden Boy and PBC will be able to make a fight with Ryan Garcia because they couldn't even give us Charlo versus Jaime Munguia. And then it would have to be a joint promotion, right? Showtime and PBC are not, and DAZN are not going to do a joint pay-per-view. Ryan Garcia is going to have to either go over the Showtime or Tank Davis is going to have to go over.
How dare you?
Leonard says Tank versus Rayo can be Tank next fight. Who's Rayo? You mean Ryan? Am I missing something? You mean Ryan Garcia? I don't think that can happen, bro. You know, I'm not optimistic. I'm not optimistic. Like these politics, you know, in boxing with promoters and managers and network allegiances, you know, like I can't stand it, you know. But I understand a lot of these networks and promoters don't want to have you fight a fighter on their platform unless they get some type of assurances or some type of multi-fight deal out of you. You see, for Canelo, you know, PBC, outside of Caleb Plant, they wanted a multi-fight deal. Now with DAZN, he's got the Bevo, you know, multi-fight deal. You know, but what we've learned with the politics, like it's going to be one or the other. You know, somebody like for Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia to happen, it's going to have to be on Showtime or it's going to have to be on DAZN. So looking at a fight, let's look. We got to like I'm trying to find an in-house fight that they can make. What in-house fight can they make between 135, you know, and 140? 140 is pretty much dominated by Top Rank and BT and Top Rank, you know, affiliates or whatever. You know, Gary Russell Jr., unfortunately, him and Antoine, their father died, so they're pretty much going to be out of the commission. Venezuela, no, but he ain't ready yet. He's not there yet in the, I see you, Leonard, but he's not there yet. And where is he ranked? He's not there yet, though. There's no marketability behind him. Like, he's not there yet. He's not there yet. Didn't he just fought a couple weeks ago, right? He ain't there yet. On a marketability standpoint. But I'm talking about, like, somebody that, you know, they can try to sell. Rolly's there because, obviously, Rolly can talk. You know, he's got some selling point to him, but that's about it.
How dare you?
That was from Leonardo Campos. He said Rayo Venezuela, the kid that Benavidez dad trains. Michael Rivera, now he's kind of close, but I don't think they can really put him on pay-per-view. You see what I'm saying? You know, I don't know. Michelle Rivera, I'm not sure. Either way, this is why I would rather him go over to Top Rank, you know? Because at least we know he has plenty of options over there, even if they give him a light touch just to start off. You know, somewhere like, let's say, for example, they say, all right, it's your first fight over here. You know, we're going to just throw you a little light touch. Do you want something at 135 or 140? 135, they can make secure this Zaire Abdulayev. He fought on DAZN. But he's with a Russian promoter, and he beat Jorge Linares in a final eliminator. Maybe they can do something like that. Fuck it. If Richard Comey beat Jose Pedraza, he already beat Pedraza, meaning Tank Davis. Maybe they can do something like that, like a light touch, and be like, all right, we're going to give you a 2-3 fight plan, but first let's get some money in your pocket, what you beat. You know, and even if you look at 140, you know, what's ever going to happen between Jose Zepeda, Josh Taylor, Liam Poirot, Jose Ramirez, well, he's pretty much looking at 147 pounds. He may be fighting Conor Benn at 147. Jack Catterall, Teofimo, you know, fuck it. See what's up with Sandor Martin. But right now, I think that they have more credible options. Arnold Barboza, more credible options that fans will be somewhat interested in. And especially if we're talking about always matching Tank with Hispanic fighters, you know, outside of Rolly, well, he's Hispanic too. But Top Rank just has more to offer. You know, Matchroom, I don't think that, you know, Tank would make a lot of money. You know, but unless they have, you know, like a straight plan for him, you know, where it's like, okay, you fight this fight, and then maybe another, and then you and Ryan Garcia is going to be the big cash out. But for right now, I don't see PBC being able to do it for him. But the Michelle Rivera fight is not bigger than those other fights I just named. I don't even think fighting Rivera would be bigger than him fighting a Jose Ramirez or Zepeda, to be honest. You know, to be honest. I think they would be all on the same level. But that's just me. But also, we also have to factor in too. Look, now here on the East Coast, it's not really, right now my Alexa says it's 73 degrees outside. Let's not act like Tank haven't been having weight issues before in the past. I've noticed he's been wearing some heavy.
Yeah.
I've noticed he's been wearing some heavy clothes, you know, maybe to try to lose some weight. Weigh-in's going to be tomorrow at noon.
Right there, that's good. That's good. That's good.
But yeah, what if Rolly do it? Either way, I think, put it this way. This is either going to be, you know, a quick fight. Listen, I'm just going to go ahead and say that if Rolly get knocked out, that shit's probably going to be ugly. Because it's true, somebody's going to get either knocked out or beat the fuck up, and it's going to be ugly. Rolly, a very confident dude, man, but Tank been boxing since he was like a kid, like little ass boy, and gym wars and shit. No bullshit. But in this day and age, all it takes is one punch. And I'm interested to see what kind of fight Rolly's going to fight. Is he going to go in there, like, if he get hit, you know, is he going to start being able to retreat and be like, oh, shit, I'm in here at the deep end, you know, and shell up and get beat up for 12 rounds? Or is he going to go out there swinging wild and really trying to knock him out? No, Rock, you don't have on no high heels. Motherfucker. But yeah, Tank do be wearing some funny shoes. And then he tried to say that Rolly be wearing funny shoes. Nah, dog, it's you. Rolly definitely got the height advantage. Rolly's about 5'8". Tank is about a good 5'5". Like, Tank is a little dude, no bullshit. Like, these some little people. Like, you'll see these dudes on TV, and then you see them in person, and be like, these motherfuckers. Like, imagine seeing a 122 pounder in person, like the day of a weigh-in or the day before, and you be like, yo, these motherfuckers are tiny, like tiny. Like, and then it's nothing like seeing a heavyweight fighter, right, with these little ass ankles. They'd be like, yo, y'all ankles be so fucking little. Like, bro, outrageous. Like, Wilder legs, let me tell you, you think, like, TV don't do them justice. Like, them joints is, like, crazy, like, you know? But anyway, I'm getting up out of here. I got some editing to do. We're going to be here for a weekend of boxing from me. Let me check. What cards are on this week? That's just the only card, right? And then don't you have Richard Riakporhe or some shit? Let me see what's going on with the schedule this weekend. Okay, boom. $74.99 Tank versus Rolly. Lara versus Spike O'Sullivan. Jesus Ramos versus Luke Santamaria. Eduardo Ramirez versus Luis Melendez. Okay, what else? Nothing really of note. Mahmoud Char, Jesus. Christian Hammer. What card is this? Ill. No. Next week, we got an action-packed Saturday night with Kambosos versus Haney on ESPN. Me and Big J did a whole big video on that. Then you have Steve Fulton versus Dana Roman and David Morrell versus Kalvin Henderson. So these are two high-powered cards right here. And then in the middle of the day, you got Kenichi Ogawa versus Joe Cordina. So, all right, next week kind of busy. Naoya Inoue versus Donaire. That's going to be at 5 a.m. start time on June the 7th on ESPN+. I'm going to be here. I ain't got shit else to do. Yeah, we're going to get into the boxing schedule. I did post as much of this down below in the description box for those who want to know the June boxing schedule coming up. But listen, you guys get up out of here. I got some chores and shit to do. You know, some food prep. You know, first weekend I'm going to be back covering boxing. You know, like usually I'll cover boxing like hardcore for like 2-3 weeks, maybe a month. And then I'll have like a couple of weeks, you know, or a week or so where I'll like disappear for a little bit. But this is one of those times where I'm going to be pumping out a lot of boxing content over the next several weeks or so. I think I'm pretty much free until maybe the 3rd week, 4th week of June or so. Anyway, I'm getting up out of here. See you guys tomorrow. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe. I'm going to be editing and chopping this video up and uploading in different pieces. See you guys tomorrow. And remember, I'm going to be streaming during the main event of Tank Davis versus Rolly Romero and during the final press conference. All right, so see you guys then. Thanks for watching.